Welcome back. Welcome back, Kingdom Builders, Road Trippers, Akeem and Akatim, brothers and sisters, right? That's right. Mothers, fathers, aunties, and uncles, grandmas, and grandpas, everybody in the house. Shalom, shalom. Peace and blessings to you, your homes, your dwelling places, your friends, your loved ones, your children, and your pets, man. Little fur babies. All right, welcome back to the road trip. All praises to the Most High. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, right? Praises to Abba Yahweh. Glory to Yahweh Shai. Honors to the Ruach. My love and my respect goes out to each and every single one of you, Kingdom Builders. You better believe that. I love you. All right? And in these days right now, right? In these times, we are clearly starting to see prophecy taking place and happening. You know, all these things that we've been reading about and studying about and talking with our family members and friends and, you know, our nation about, you're starting to see come into fruition right now. And you're starting to see the raging of certain nations right now in complete chaos. Wars and rumors of wars, right? Earthquakes, famine in diverse places. Different kind of weather that we're not normally used to seeing in certain parts, history-wise around the world, right? Around the realm, we'll say, and the plane that we stay on, not a planet, correct? Right. Start to see these things happening. He says, "Fear not, for all these things must take place. They have to, right? Be not dismayed." All right. And I beseech that each and every single one of y'all have had a great weekend, a good Shabbat, and a Shabbat Eve, that you did something Kodesh, something to edify yourself and rest and relax and recharge and get ready for another work week. This is the first day right now. So may your second day be blessed, I beseech. Okay? All right. All pleasantries out of the way. What are we doing, Mishpachah? What are we doing, family and friends and cleavers? What are we doing? Well, we're back here in the works of Flavius Josephus, the Antiquities of the Yahudim. This is book number 4. We're reading chapter 5, how Moshe conquered Sihon and Og, kings of the Amorites, and destroyed their whole army, and then divided their land by lot to 2 tribes and a half of the Hebrews. 2.5 tribes. Right? The half tribe, Manasseh, I believe that was. But I can fact check that, and it's no big deal. If you have scrolls available to you, reading the works of Flavius Josephus, please follow along with your right? Read with your read with me, right? I would love to have you. Okay, either if you have the hard copy or you're following along online, you know, scrolling on that blue screen. I encourage participation at all times. All right. So no further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I love you. You know that? I love you so much. Let's get ready to start. Chapter 5. Let's begin. Chapter 5, Section 1, and it reads, "The people mourned for Aharon 30 days, and when this mourning was over, Moshe moved the army from that place, and came to the river Arnon, which issuing out of the mountains of Arabia, and running through all the wilderness, falls into the lake Asphaltitis, and becomes the limit between the land of the Moabites and the land of the Amorites. This land is fruitful and sufficient to maintain a great number of men with the good things it produces. Moshe therefore sent messengers to Sihon, the king of this country, desiring that he would grant his army a passage upon the security he should please to require. He promised that he should be in no way injured, neither as to the country which Sihon governed, nor as to its inhabitants, and that he would buy his provisions at such a price as should be their advantage, right? So you can sell us whatever you need. We need water, food, stuff like that, grain, stuff for our cattle and our animals, right? Let's continue reading. Even though he should desire to sell them their very water. But Sihon refused this offer and put his army into battle array and was preparing everything in order to hinder their passing over Arnon. Right? So that's the end of section 1, by the way. But just like the Amalekites, though, Sihon, they had some smoke too. Oh, man, that nation looks strong. No, we can't let them come in these borders. Everybody was afraid we were trying to take over some mess, bro. We're just trying to pass through. We're going to the land of Canaan. Don't worry about us. Don't mind our nature. Don't mind our present. Don't mind our being. Couldn't go down like that. So they sent their warriors out immediately. Let's continue to read some more in section 2. Let's see what it says, all right? Cool. Section 2. What does it say? It says, when Moshe saw that the Amorite king was disposed to enter upon hostilities with them, he thought he ought not to bear that insult in determining to coax the Hebrews from their idleness and prevent the grumbling which arose from there, which had been the occasion for their former rebellion. Not indeed were they now thoroughly easy in their minds. He inquired of the Most High Yahweh whether he would give him leave to fight, which when he had done, and the Most High also promised him the victory, he was himself very courageous and ready to proceed to fighting. All praise to the Most High. Accordingly, he encouraged the soldiers, and he desired of them that they would take the pleasure of fighting. Now the Most High gave them leave so to do. They then, upon the receipt of this permission, which they so much longed for, so they had a desire to fight. See, they wanted this smoke. They wanted to do this. Put on their whole armor and set about the work without delay. But the Amorite king was not now like before when the Hebrews were ready to attack him, but both he himself was frightened as the Hebrews and his army, which before had showed themselves to be of good courage, when they found to be fearful. So they could not sustain the first onset, not bear up against the Hebrews, but fled away, as thinking this would afford them more likely way for the escape than fighting. For they depended upon their cities, which were strong, from which yet they reaped no advantage when they were forced to fly to them. For as soon as the Hebrews saw them giving ground, they immediately pursued them close, and when they had broken their ranks, they greatly terrified them. And some of them broke off from the rest and ran away to the cities. Now the Hebrews pursued them briskly and obtainingly preserved in the labors they had already undergone, and being very skillful in slinging and very dexterous in throwing of darts, or anything else of that kind, and also having nothing but light armor, which made them quick in the pursuit, they overtook their enemies. And for those that were most remote and could not be overtaken, they reached them by their slings and their bows. They were shooting at them. We had snipers. So that many were killed, and those that escaped the slaughter were sorely wounded, and these were more distressed with thirst than with any of those that fought against them. For it was the summer season, and when the greatest number of them were brought down to the river out of the desire to drink, as also when orders fled away by troops, the Hebrews came round them and shot at them while they were drinking, so that with the darts and what with arrows they made a slaughter of them all. Sihon their king was also killed. So the Hebrews looted the dead bodies and took their spoils. The land also which they took was full of abundance of fruits, and the army went all over it without fear, and fed their cattle upon it. And they took the enemies prisoners, for they could no way put a stop to them, since all the fighting men were destroyed. Such was the destruction which overtook the Amorites, who were neither wise in counsel nor courageous in action. They were weak in every single way, and you see it now. But the Hebrews took possession of the land, which is a country situated between the three rivers and naturally resembling an island. The river Arnon being its southern limit, the river Jabbok determining its northern side, which running into Jordan loses its own name and takes the other, while Jordan itself runs along by it on its western coast. Selah. That's the end of section 2. All right, man. Cool. Section 3, let it be. When matters were come to this state, Og, the king of Gilead, and Galanitis, Salake, fell upon the Israelites, he brought an army with him, and came in haste to the assistance of his friend Sihon. And though he found him already killed, yet did he resolve still to come to the fight to fight the Hebrews, supposing he should be too hard for them, and being desirous to try their valor. But failing of his hope, he was both himself killed in the battle, and all his army was destroyed. So Moshe passed over the river Jabbok and overran the kingdom of Og. He overthrew their cities and kings, and killed all their inhabitants, who yet exceeded in riches all the men in that part of the continent, on account of the goodness of the soil and the great quantity of their wealth. Now Og had very few equals, either in the size of his body or handsomeness of his appearance. He was also a man of great activity in the use of his hands, so that his actions were not unequal to the vast size of his handsome appearance of his body. And men could easily guess at his strength and magnitude when they took his bed at Rabbah, the royal city of the Ammonites. Its structure was of iron, its breadth 4 cubits, and its length a cubit, more than double the width. However, his fall did not only improve the circumstances of the Hebrews for the present, but by his death he was the occasion of further good success to them. For they presently took those 60 cities which were surrounded by excellent walls and had been subject to him, and all got both in general and in particular great spoils. And that's the end of that section 3, and that's also the end of chapter 5. All right, I love you. Remember that, right? I love you, man. Cool. All praises to the Most High. All praise to the Most High. Abana, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. That's right. That's correct, man. And that's the end of chapter 5. And we're going to close it out there. Chapter 6 on the next one is concerning Balaam, the prophet, and what kind of man he was. So we're going to examine that, right? We're told to examine the whole matter of a manner. Isn't that correct? I believe so. I believe so. All praises to the Most High and Shalom. Right? Shalom, man. Peace and blessings to you. I beseech that the Most High has you in his will and has his arms of protection wrapped all around you, because no weapon formed against us will prosper. That's correct, man. One love, one nation. And thank you for being here, Kingdom Builders, Road Trippers, Akeem and Akatim, on this new read on the road trip, right? Right. And it's very road trip appropriate to say, man, as you're traveling to and fro, up and down the road, especially if you got those little kiddies in the car, be safe out there. Right? Drive safe. Thank you. And until we read again, until we speak again, you know the program, man. It's always all praises to the Most High. All praises to the Most High. And my love and my respect to you. And I love you all, and I'll see you all very, very soon on the next one. Yahweh willing. Shalom, man. Peace out. Yeah.
Majesty.